Morning, children. See, it is a second part of I Can't Climb Anymore. We are going to continue the class, children. So, last class, I was asking you two questions. What was the old house built with? Does the narrator does the narrator still live in the house? So, yeah, he was telling old man, he was feeling and saying that he didn't want to get the house. He used to live in his young age, and he want to see after his grandmother's death, he had not able to come again. They sold the house to them. So it was 25 years got over. So he was telling, what was the old house built with? We stopped. Does the narrator still live in the house? Okay. So now we'll be having the answer for this after learning this. We'll continue. The girl. She was silent for a while, taking in this information. Then she said, and you would like to buy it back now, but you don't have the money. He did not look very prosperous. The person was not looking very prosperous, so the girl felt very much in her heart. She felt for the old man, and she was silent for a while, taking in this information. Then she said, and you had like to buy it back now, but you don't have the money. He did not look very prosperous. Okay, so she asked such question to the old man. No, I wasn't thinking of buying it back. Wanted to see it again. That's all. How long have you lived in it? So here, she was. The man was saying, no, no was the answer. I don't want to buy. I wasn't thinking of buying it back. Wanted to see it again. So this is my young age house. I lived here, so it is my grandmother's. So I want to see. That's all. That's all. I wanted to see it again. How long have you lived in it? Only 3 years. She smiled. So here the man is asking how long you're living. So she says only 3 years. She smiled. Would you like to come in and look more closely? So long she was standing in, and the uh, narrator is standing out. The old man was just standing out, and there was a wall between them, and some curtains were there. And now she's asking, would you like to come in and look more closely? Wouldn't your parents mind? So yeah, she's asking, would you like to come in and look more closely? So wouldn't your parents mind? So he's asking, the parents will not think, they would not mind if I'm coming inside. They have gone to club. They won't mind. I'm allowed to bring my friends home. So she said that it is not a problem. Yeah, they have gone to the club. They won't mind. I am allowed to bring my friends home. Sometimes I'll bring my friends home. I'll be bringing my friends home. They have gone to club. So parents have gone to club, and they will not say anything because I used to bring my friends home. Even elderly friends like me. How old are you? So now he is asking, you'll be bringing elderly friend like me. Then she's questioning a question. How old are you? Oh, just middle aged, but feeling young today. So he says that I'm a middle aged, but I feel young today. And to prove it, decided he would climb over the wall instead of going round to the gate. He got up on the wall all right, but had to rest there, breathing heavily. So here he felt that he shows that he is younger, and he want to climb the wall over and want to come inside. So climb over the wall instead of going round to the gate. Instead of coming round, you just climb over the wall. He got up on the wall all right, but had to rest there. So after climbing, he was resting because he is a middle-aged person. He was not like a young. Breathing heavily. After climbing, he felt heavily breathe. So he is breathing heavily. Middle-aged man on the flying trapeze, he muttered to himself. No, traps in circus and all you'll be seeing. The swing will be there, just you will be having a hang and you'll be just moving up and down like this. And one person from this end will be just holding the hand of the other person and they'll be just making. That is called traps. Middle-aged man on the flying trapsy, he muttered to himself. So he says that middle-aged man just on the flying trapsy, he muttered to himself. I will help you, she said, and gave him her hand. So she went and said that I will help you and gave him her hand. He slithered down into a floor bed, shattering the stem of the hollyhock. So he slithered, he just slide over the wall down into a flower bed and shattering the stem of the hollyhock. So he just fall on the hollyhock stem, shattering. So it went like that. As they walked across the cross, he spotted a stone bench under a mango tree. It was the bench on which his grandmother used to rest when he was tired of pruning rose bushes and bovilla. Let's just sit here, he said. I don't want to go inside. So now, when he slithered and went, when he was walking on the grass, he spotted a place. There was a stone bench under a mango tree. So, under a mango tree, there was a stone bench. And it was the bench on which his grandmother used to rest. So in that bench only, this middle-aged man's grandmother used to sit after cleaning. Pruning means cleaning, and just rose bushes and the plants and all. She'll be cleaning and pouring water like that. She'll be doing that, and after coming to the thing, pruning means the act of trimming the plant. Pruning, trimming the plant, and slither means no slide or a slip unsteadily. Muttered means to utter something by themselves. So okay, let's just sit here. He said, I don't want to go inside. So he says, let us sit here. I don't want to go inside. She sat beside him on the bench. So the girl also sat beside him on the bench. They were silent for some time. The man closed his eyes and remembered other times the music of piano, the chiming of the grandfather's clock, the constant twittering of the brewery on the veranda, his grandfather's cranking up the old car. So when he sits on the bench and closes, he was recollecting his old age when he was young. His In his old age, he was recollecting his younger age, how he used to sit there and what all were happening there. The man remembered how the music of the piano will be there and the chiming of the grandfather's clock will be chiming, making a sound. The constant twitter of the buggeries, the birds on the veranda, and his grandfather cranking up the old cars. His grandfather's old car will be moving and it will be producing lot of sound. Children, you see, this is a trapeze. A flying trapeze is a circus act in which people swing from one end of the circus tent on the ropes. It's clear, children? We'll go for the next. I used to climb the jackfruit tree, he said, opening his eyes. So till he's closing his eyes and recollecting what all happened. And now he sees that girl and says, I used to climb the jackfruit, he said, opening his eyes. Do you want to climb it again? My parents won't mind. So the child is saying innocently, do you want to climb it again? My parents won't mind. My parents won't mind you climbing it. And do you want to climb it again? So she was asking, parents won't mind. Do you want to climb? No, no, not after climbing the garden wall. So he is a middle-aged person. He would tried and climbed the gate, and it is not possible for him to climb again the tree. Let's just sit here for a few minutes and talk. I mentioned the jackfruit tree because it was my favorite place. Do you see that thick branches stretching out over the roof? Halfway along, it's there a small hole, hollow in which I used to keep some of my treasures. What kind of treasures? So here he is saying that. See, do you want to climb it again? My parents won't mind. No one, not after climbing the garden wall. So he's saying, no, 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 not after climbing the garden wall. I can't climb anymore. So let's just sit here for a few minutes and talk. We'll talk for a few minutes. Then he mentioned the jackfruit tree because it was his favorite place. And do you see that thick branch? He's saying that thick branch you're seeing now stretching out over the roof. Halfway along it, there there is a small hollow in which I used to keep some of my treasures. So the child is interested in his treasure and asking, what kind of treasure? What kind of treasure? She's asking. What kind of treasure? So she's asking. So now he is answering. Oh, nothing very valuable. Marbles I would won. A book I wasn't supposed to read. A few old coins I would have collected. Things came and went. I was a bit of a crow, collecting bright things and putting them away. There was my grandfather's iron cross. Well, not my grandfather's exactly, because he was British and the iron cross was the German Decoration Award for bravery during the war. The First World War, when my grandfather fought in France, he got it from a German soldier. So now he was giving an explanation of all the treasures, what all they. Oh, nothing very valuable. Marbles I would have won. So in a young age, when you're 12, 10, what will be there? Or 6, 7, like that, when you were, what you will do, used to do? You'll be thinking of marbles or you're great and toys are very great to you, valuable to you than any other thing. A book I wasn't supposed to read, the book which you are not, you want to supposed to read, you'll be keeping there. Yeah, a few old coins, and I would collect it. Things came and went. I was a bit of a crow, collecting bright things and putting them away. There was my grandfather's iron cross. Well, not my grandfather's. So my grandfather was having iron cross, and that also he gave to me, and it was not his. It was exactly because he was a Britisher, and the Iron Cross was German Decoration Award for bravery during the war, the First World War. When my grandfather fought in France, he got it from a German soldier. As a German soldier, it is a decoration award for them and bravery during the war. And it in the First World War, the German soldier gave to his grandfather when they fought. So here Param Chakra is there, no, the highest wartime gallantry award given to the soldiers, Indian Army force, for the display of utmost courage and complete selflessness when facing the enemy. Since its inception in 1950, 21 fearless heroes, 14 posthumous, have been awarded the medal till January 2018. Okay, it is clear, children. We'll stop here and we'll continue in the next class. Okay.